Hello again.
Hello, everybody.
Gulf Shores 2025 actually starts in Tennessee.
We're at Henry Horton
Here's
State
a Who
Park,
trail. Delicious.
just wandering around along the, what was the name of the river? Green River, I think.
I think so. And there's a Who.
There was a hawk and an owl. Then
Yeah.
we stopped at a Buc-ee's.
You have
We're
to
moving
do
this
that.
along because we got a lot of stuff to cram in here.
Yeah, we got some stuff at Buc-ee's. And then this was beautiful at
That was in Birmingham, and our stop on the way to Gulf Shores.
Okay, here we are, Gulf State Park.
Yay.
Awesome park. Absolutely fantastic.
We got a spot for 2 weeks.
That's Mary Susan's work.
Thank you, Mary Susan.
Look at our backyard.
Look at it.
Hokey smokes. That's site 26, and I'm in shorts, by the way. Site 267. Highly recommended at the Gulf State Park.
No alligators were aggravated or seen.
Right. First of 3 eagle's nests we saw. This one is, it's got eggs. Look at this. That nest, by the way, weighs about 1,000 pounds. And then he went off fishing for the family.
Our friend Robert took us to that eagle's nest. He works for the park. And this is
A bluebird.
a bluebird.
Right
There's
outside our window.
So many bluebirds there. This is at the Nature Center.
And you can't read it, but it's fun.
Nice mosaic.
That's an osprey that we saw on a trail near where the dog park is.
Osprey everywhere.
I had to say hi to the dogs. And that's we
believe that's
an old coot. And is that a pelican flying? I think it is, because we saw so many of them. That's the osprey again. And this is the little boardwalk that we were on to see him.
Yeah, it's a little bridge walk that you take.
And then the next day, it went down to 42 degrees from 65 or something like that.
Yeah, the temperatures have been up and down and up and down.
The ocean was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Lots of beautiful trails that you could walk on.
That's the Catman Trail.
Catmandu. Although we said Catmandu. And here you can't howl or hoo at the owls.
It says don't hoo at the owl, and I can't stop laughing at it, but I guess their ears are sensitive.
All right. We'll tell you about this next time. But I did a major road repair. Okay, then we are first in line for the snakes. Well, we weren't first in line for the snakes, but caution about the snakes. But for the ferry
to Dauphin Island.
Right. And the ferry was rough that day, my friends.
It was, again, super cold. Woo.
But the island, oh my God, so fantastic.
We're at Fort Gaines.
So many great historical pieces.
Look at that shot.
I know
I'm
that
proud
that
of
is
that.
You should be. That's Pulitzer worthy. This, I got to give them so much credit, because this was not like a
Steve's on the latrine, everybody.
Oh yeah, that's the latrine.
And that's the USS Hartford anchor.
Yep.
It was even-handed.
It was, yes, that's what I'm going for.
Even-handed treatment of the Civil War, which we were grateful for.
Yep.
Then we went to this other birding area. We were looking for
Shells.
Painted buntings.
Oh, yes. And in fact, here's a picture.
We were promised painted buntings.
I'm taking a picture of Sue taking a picture of the painted bunting.
That's the closest we got to a painted bunting.
Well, we heard them, but we didn't see them.
Yeah, we did end up hearing them. This was a bridge. It's so crazy how the bridges look like they're going off
and
to
our
nowhere.
GPS thinks we're in the water. The Gumbo.
This is it.
Was this in Mobile?
Bayou Seafood Company in
Bayou
La
Batre.
Oh, so good.
Fabadoo.
This is the
perfect alternative Baptist Church. You just gotta love it. And then there were murals all over Mobile.
Yeah, we were doing a loop around Mobile Bay, and in Mobile there were lots of fun murals to explore.
And some challenging ones too, you know, which is great.
Like Harriet Tubman. And Mobile, just like our town has turkeys or horses, Mobile has oyster shells that they paint and decorate.
Which are pretty massive.
And this is the Mardi Gras Park with all kinds of Mardi Gras themed statues around it.
Yep.
Again in Mobile.
And so we've walked around half the park, and then once you're halfway through, you get to these, and these are difficult, but again, I give them so much credit. This was a really even-handed reckoning of a really terrible part of our history, and it's important that we know it and remember it and never repeat it.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the second half of the park, same kind of thing. Back to the Mardi Gras. I loved this one. I think it's Louis Armstrong, but
look at the detail on the shoes.
Wait till you see the shoe. Check this out. This is like Alan Edmonds. Totally dig it. But yeah, a lot of fun.
It was was a good park.
Another oyster shell. And then we had to continue the Mardi Gras theme. There's a Mardi Gras store.
Toomey's, I think, was the name of it.
It's like a warehouse.
Where the floats go to get all of the stuff that they throw from the floats.
AKA the beads.
All the beads, all the candy, all the props and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like a gigantic warehouse.
Complete craziness. It was a blast. Oh, and then my family's auto dealer in Foley. Saw that at a barbecue. Second Eagle's Nest. This is our Eagles.
Right, that's the one that was across from our campsite.
That's not an eagle.
That's the duck from that stupid diner that we didn't like.
Yeah, but it was great because the fire station showed up.
We thought it would be good because the firemen were eating there, but it wasn't so great. What's that?
That's where you were taking the citizen photos of Eagle's Nest and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Then we're on the Gulf Shore.
That's the Gulf Pavilion at the park.
So awesome. What a beautiful day.
What
a beautiful couple.
Yeah, we went to a lot of birding stops. We did the whole birding loop that's at the park. That's our Eagle's Nest
from our
the
site.
Other side.
Yeah, from our site.
Back side of it.
And then here's the parkour challenge. You can see me on the ropes there.
This is another trail we took that had these funny objects to investigate.
If you're a literalist, this is going to be a problem. What do you... never mind. We were on a national recreation trail at the Butterfly Pavilion. Just more beautiful. God, it's just gorgeous.
Robert told us that alligators camped out for the winter in those tall grasses.
But we only got eaten by a shark. And the people in the store were not friendly. I'm sorry. Now, that's the third nest.
Eagle's Nest.
God,
on the last
unbelievable.
Trail. Amazing.
That's my hand behind pine needles. Look at the size of those needles. And again, the size of our backyard. Site 267. Highly, highly recommended.
And there's the full wolf moon of January. And that's on...
That's in Fairhope, where Sue told me to take a short walk off the long pier.
Painted buntings. Didn't see any, but we heard them.
These ducks and geese were not bothered by us at all.
We saw spring flowers blooming in Fairhope.
Some more murals, but this looks like a hobbit house.
It belonged to a poet who did his writing in there. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
But it's dedicated to Tolstoy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a really cool little roundhouse.
Yeah, and that's the ceiling looking up from the floor. Yeah. Isn't it adorable?
And it's just in the middle of a business park.
I'm glad they didn't destroy it.
They built the park around it.
Oh, the pier. This was so beautiful. Yeah. This is unbelievable. They do such, really, honestly, the Gulf State Park is just fantastic. Highly recommended. Now, that's a pelican, but this is a bird who did not care about those sticks.
Yes, he adapted his way around it. And this is another park we went to. This was the last of the birding stops that we went to.
Yeah, called the Wade Ward Nature Park. And it was great. It's this gorgeous walk along this little river. Again, don't feed... Who needs these signs? I don't get it. Now, we're looking at like a dozen...
Yeah, if you can
those
see
white
it,
blobs. Those are like a dozen great egrets.
Amazing. And 2 herons.
Yeah.
Just perched in the trees.
Got my wiener whacked for lunch.
Oh boy.
And the hot dog was good too.
I was not involved.
Yeah.
And it was right next door to a dog
grooming place,
which was ironic.
And the lady who owned this little girl showed up as we were leaving, and this guy was sitting in this basket when we went in and when we went out. It's like his safety basket. It's adorable.
The Holy Spirit Episcopal Church
thrift shop. It was great.
We popped in there. We didn't get anything. But
now we're at barbecue and bingo with Robert, who, look at how insane this is.
We thought, maybe there'll be enough people to play bingo, but we barely got a seat. It was unbelievable how many people were there.
It was nuts. And there was many games. One was a coverall, which I only missed by 1.
Oh, it was
They called a number before I got that one. But at any rate, so here's the day before we leave. Now, something funny happened. We saw a lady toting some ukuleles. They had a little uke band there, and we joined them.
Yep.
And we learned some new songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was kind of fun.
It was fun.
They were great people. And I met this owl and the lady who cares for her, which was awesome. And then we went
on this little adventure to, what was the name?
Alberta.
Barbara Marina in Alberta. He's installed this lady, which he moves around every once in a while, and this gigantic spider. Just all these fun little things to explore on his property. This huge fountain with Poseidon at the top. Couldn't quite tell what those things were. Those are rams. There were 4 of these iron soldiers hidden in the woods that we found.
You did have to kind of look for them.
Yep. And then
there were seahorses.
These seahorse, and this is Bamahenge.
Bamahenge, baby. I thought it was real rock. It's actually like fiberglass.
Yeah.
So like when you tap on them, they go doop, doop.
But there are telephone poles planted into the ground underneath them.
And that's
this
a sundial.
This is a gigantic sundial we couldn't get close to.
And this is, I think this guy made this trailer. This is so gorgeous. It's got a porch on the back. Look at the detail under the hitch. That's so fantastic.
Yeah, it was really cool. You can't get the most of it here.
And there we are. Okay, so we're saying farewell to Gulf Shores. It was just awesome. And we'll see you next time. Tell your dog to say hi.
We tried to do a little song for you, but it was too windy, so it didn't work out. But
Next
we'll see
time,
you
kids.
Next time from snowy Florida.
See?